Hello and welcome to the quarterback decision making online course. Most of us were not taught how to coach quarterback decision making. So we created a program to help coaches install a simple, repeatable process that will immediately supercharge their quarterback's decision making and light up that scoreboard. So after completing this course, you will have created a clear, repeatable process that your quarterback will step through on every single play. We will have guided you through the ability to clearly identify and choose truly relevant pre-snap keys and cutting out anything that isn't necessary. We're going to guide you through locking your quarterbacks into a repeatable post-snap progression so they're making the right decision every single time. And all of these things will give you very concise talking points that you and your quarterback can address in the heat of the battle because we've streamlined the process to a few key points. And now with this proprietary new player book technology and help ensure everyone has the ability to master their quarterback room, because now you'll be able to go to practice and work this new process, then send this process home in your players' pockets with them where they can rep it out on their own time. So by the time you get to game day, your quarterbacks are working off muscle memory and lighting up that scoreboard. Next up in your education as a quarterback decision maker is full field progression reads. And so we've already gone through how to integrate man conflict defender reads in your offense. And we've used a few examples from our quick game plays in the youth passing system. And if you are JV, high school, and below, we absolutely think that's all you need is our 4 youth passing system passing concepts plus some screens. And then your run plays, that's going to light up the scoreboard, no doubt. That's all you need. But if you are high school varsity and above, or your team has just mastered the youth passing system and want to add the next layer, well, that comes in the form of drop back game concepts. And those have full field progressions baked into them. And that's where we're going to start today. And don't forget, the air raid system also comes as a part of your membership to the player book family. So the first concept we're going to use to show you what a full field progression looks like is a very traditional concept that has been run at every level. You can go watch on Sundays, Saturdays, Fridays, or even Saturday mornings with youth. People are running the cross concept. It's a great concept that is a staple of the air raid, but like I said, everyone runs it at this point. And it's truly a full field concept. And you can go into our free air raid webinar series to really dig deep into this play and how we read it. But essentially, the rule remains the same. As the quarterback snaps the ball, he looks for open grass in the deep third. If he doesn't find that, he'll move on to the crosser, who's coming by that time, should be at about midfield, coming across the field, running to open grass as well. And if he's open, quarterback's going to throw it. And if he's not, he'll move on to the post dig, who will be sitting in open grass. And the main rule will always remain the same. Move through your progressions, throwing to the first open receiver in that progression. Pretty simple. So this is a great example of a full field progression read. Again, if you want to go deep with this specific concept and how we read it, go to our air raid webinar series. I'll put the link in the show notes, but that is an example of a full field left to right progression read. Now, here's an example of how it all comes together in the game. Again, as a part of our 4-step process to create engaging content, we have the video that plays with it. Imagine that you're in their headset and you have just a quick 10 seconds to remind them of all the key points before they snap the virtual rep. Then, so you'll see the 2 pre-snap keys that we see value in for this concept. Then they'll run the play. We've already configured the receiver scoring, and then you'll see the analytics afterwards. So again, watch it as it all comes together. This is built out in our 4 steps to create engaging lesson plans for your quarterbacks. Here's an example how they practice full field reads with the concept Y cross. Early Y cross, go through our progression, go cross dig, identifying this cornerback pre-snap to let us know if our first read is open by alignment, staying conscious of the safety as the crosser moves through the zone. So they can look around the field pre-snap.
Hard or soft.
Answer the pre-snap keys that the coach feels that it's valuable. Cornerback hard or soft.
Is the middle of the field open or closed?
Want to know that if that crosser gets into the middle of the field, if there should be someone there or not. So that's valuable information. Still gathering information. Now for the ball, he's looking at the corner to see. Cornerback drops out, so he moves on to his crossing route, which is next. Easy way to rep it out. And let me remind you, we can make 2 of those scenarios in our system And in one scenario, that corner drops. In one scenario, that corner bails. So you're testing them on that. And then in one scenario, the safety bails out to his left. And that allows us to throw a different ball that if he comes down onto the crosser. And then you can practice going through all three reads. So you can manipulate this one concept, play concept versus a defensive look, and then play with the receivers and then set the scoring within it. So then you know if they really truly understand what they're looking for, if they really understand that safety movement and how it can affect the play, what they should be looking at if he does one thing or another, how that corner, his movement after the snap can affect things, of how you do things. So it's really testing the nuance that wins games. The next example I want to show you is also part of the Air Raid Foundations webinar series. You can dive deep within how we read this play in there, and I'll put the link in here as well. But this is another full field progression, but it's different. Instead of going left to right across the field, we're going to go north and south, and we're going to go shallow to deep. Now, I know a lot of college level and some high school level people that go deep to short as far as their reads. They would go post, dig, then shallow as the check down at the end. I've been in the middle school ranks and in the lower level ranks for so long. I've come to love it the opposite way, where we go shallow, dig, post as the shot. So in this video, I'm going to do it our way. There's different ways to do it, but the whole point is moving through your progressions and throwing to the first open receiver in that progression. That's the main point. And as we teach our quarterbacks to move through this process, that's what we want to have them keep in mind. So at the snap of the ball, the quarterback, his eyes are actually on this conflict defender. Now notice we are still using conflict defenders to find and make wrong. And this has already been trained into our quarterback's mind. You wouldn't be here at this next level unless you understood our quick game conflict defender read. So now you see how it could all come back and it all works on each other. So we are looking at this outside linebacker to the dig side, the snap of the ball. If he drops back or covers this dig, he is opening the grass in this area for the shallow, and we're just going to make a nice, easy 3-yard throw as he comes into this open grass, okay? If he flies out to the flats, because maybe it's cover 3 and that's his job, or he just wants to stay around this area or just drop to the hook to curl, that's when we're going to hit the dig behind him, who is finding grass in between these two linebackers behind them, so they can't see where he's setting up. Okay, great. And then the third read is if this safety gets so sick of seeing us hit this dig in his face, he's going to come down. And now the third read is the post. So notice we have two defenders that we're going to look at as we move through our progressions: shallow, dig, post. And they're going to tell us everything we need to know. It's very easy. And we just go ahead and throw to the first open receiver in our progression. And this is a full progression read, north and south versus east and west or west to east. Okay. Now let me show you an example how it works in our video game with our 4-step lesson plan. Open, wide, shallow. We'll go through our progression: shallow, dig, post. Identifying the outside linebacker to the dig side to make him wrong. Always staying conscious of the safety for a deep shot to the post. Okay. Quick 10-second reminder video. Now we're looking, gathering information. Hard or soft? Cornerbacks are at about 5 yards, so it's soft. All right.
Is the middle of the field open or closed?
That is open. As you can see, there's two safeties, so we know we are looking for that shot play in the middle of the field if it opens up for us. Okay, so here we go. Left outside linebacker. He is dropping into the hook to curl, so we are going to go ahead and hit that dig. Nice and easy behind him. Nothing to think about. Full points, and we keep the ball moving. Now remember, on this play, you can manipulate this play and create it 3 times. And on one play, the linebacker drops the flat. And on one play, he comes forward to the shallow. And on one play, the safety comes and bites on that dig. So he's supposed to throw the post. You really need to know if he's paying attention to that. So you can manipulate that as well. These engaging lessons plans that you're creating with our 4 steps is just bringing out the nuance, it's bringing out the detail that you really want them to know. And more importantly, for your peace of mind, you really want to know that they at least understand it. So in the game, you've got a chance. Before this, we just never really knew if they really understood it. Because yes, they can answer yes and no and read your body language and be watching film with you. And obviously, it's right in their face. They can watch it and say it back. But this, they're on their own time. They're relaxed. And this is a chance to really dig deep and see what they actually understand. And if not, it gives you something to talk about at practice or in meetings. Hey, I see that you didn't see the safety drop down. Can we just be more conscious of that? And let's rep that out right now to make sure that you are understanding that that's something you need to pay attention to. Okay. So, again, this is the whole point of this, guys, is just giving you an easy way to communicate with your quarterbacks, to create engaging lesson plans, and then be able to talk through the real nuance afterward because we have all this great analytics. Okay. All right. So, hopefully that makes sense. Just a reminder, if you are a part of our player book membership, you get the youth passing system, the entire playbook, lesson plans, coaching plans, you have the air raid system, coaching plans, lesson plans. All these videos are already built out for you. All these plays are built out for you. You can go in and tweak it to make sure your reads are kind of tuned up. Not all of us have the same progression and the same keys and the same reads, but this is a great way in this offseason to connect with your quarterbacks, communicate with your quarterbacks, and just out of the pressure of the season, make sure they understand the nuance that is going to lead you to victories in the coming year. Okay? Thanks a lot, coaches. Appreciate it. We're moving on to our finale where we step you through every single step, setting up engaging lesson plans so you can score points, win games, and make everyone in your football world happy. All right. Talk to you soon.